If you're here for a Turo side hustle, you're in the wrong place. If you want to build a real business, a real car rental business, welcome to my page. I'm Alex Otto. I help people build real businesses, none of this Toro crap, right? So like the video, drop your name in the comments. I'm here to revolutionize the car rental industry. I will teach you how to build a real business like a G, not some Toro side hustle. You don't want to build your business on Toro because what happens if Toro goes out of business? You go out of business also. So let's get right into it. To build a real business, there are 5 steps that you need to take. Very important. Do not skip any of these. I'm here to teach you exactly how to do it. Step 1, you want to do research. Research is vitally important. Yes, you want to know exactly where you are, what kind of cars you need, what kind of customers you're going to get before you go before you go buy cars. So step 1 is to research, all right? So here's how you do research. First, you need to look at your geographic location. Where do you live? Are you in a tourist city? Are you near a beach? Do you have government buildings, or are you in a government area? Or are you in a small town? All of these are vital to know. If you're in a tourist city, you can go for the nicer cars, you can go for the luxury cars, you can go for the exotics. Why? Because you have travelers coming in all the time and you can cash in on those. Tourist cities are the best for luxury and exotics. That's why Miami is going off. You go to Miami, you see exotics everywhere. Perfect city for that. If you're near a beach, you can do the drop tops, right? You can have cars, the convertibles, man. Those will go crazy near the beaches because that's what people want, right? So you look at what people want and you give them what they want. If you're in a government area or a small town, you want to go for something like the luxury SUVs. You want to go for the black trucks, especially if you're in a government area. You want to go for the Escalades. You want to go for the Suburbans, the Tahoes. That is what will do well in that area. And if you're in a small town, man, you should be going economy all day, every day. I love the economy cars. That's my bread and butter. The economy cars cash flow like crazy, consistently, semi-passive. You can't go wrong with the economy cars. So research is your number 1 step. After you've done your research, you've determined exactly where you are, you determine the exact kind of rentals that will do well, then you want to go find your customer. Do not guess at this part. You want to know exactly who you're renting your cars to. Are you doing economy cars? Economy cars, you want to rent to Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, Uber Eats. Those are going to be your bread and butter customers in the economy car space. You want to make sure that you're targeting exactly those customers, and you want to know that you're buying your cars exactly for those customers. So when you're going to go buy the car, I'm giving it to an Uber driver, so they're going to be driving the car a lot. You probably don't want to go get a V8 or a V6 engine. You want to get something that gets high miles per gallon. You want to make sure that the cars are reliable. You want to make sure that your expenses are cheap. Why? Because if anything happens, they're going to be driving the cars a lot. You're going to need to be doing brake repairs, oil changes. Those things got to be cheap for you. Otherwise, it's going to be very difficult for you to run an entire business, especially when you're doing it at scale. The next type of customer you can do luxury SUVs. Luxury SUVs do very well. I was talking about the black trucks, the Tahoes. Those are luxury SUVs. If you're in a government area, the luxury SUVs, man, you're gonna kill it with those. Those stay gone. So the luxury SUVs is another good one. You're gonna be dealing with higher tier clientele. You're gonna be dealing with people that have money, so they're gonna have insurance. You want to make sure that you identify your exact customer, and then if you're in that tourist city / beach area, you want to be hitting the exotics. So once you identify the exact customer you're renting your cars to, now it's time to go buy cars, and I'll tell you the exact cars that you need to buy. But before that, man, make sure you hit a like on the video. Put the type of cars that you're looking to rent. Put the type of city that you're in, man. I want to know where everyone's from. I want to know what city you're in. Like the goddamn video. I'm dropping some gems here. We've just did step number 1. We've done step number 2. Now let's look at step number 3. You want to go and buy your cars. Very important. Very similar to real estate. You make the money when you buy. You don't want to go spend $15,000 on an economy car, man. That doesn't make no sense. That makes no sense. You're giving the car to an Uber driver. They're gonna be putting 3 to 5 thousand miles a month on your cars. Why do you want to go buy cars that are high in the depreciation stage and then get it depreciated? You're gonna. It doesn't matter how much money you make off the rental because you're gonna lose a bunch of money in depreciation. If you're buying the economy cars, buy those cars under $6,000. Max $8,000. Do not go any dollar over that. Why? Because you want to buy as cheap as possible. You want to make 100% ROI. That's why I love the economy cars. I buy cars for $4,000, $5,000. I make my money back 6 months. 100% return on investment in 6 months. Go to the next one, and keep going and keep going and keep going. That's the way to do it. Now, if you're doing a higher tier of cars, you're doing luxury SUVs, you're doing exotics, you want to go finance those cars, and you want to make sure that when you're financing those cars that you have favorable financing terms. You don't want high interest rate. Any interest rate over like 8%, man, you're gonna get killed with payments. So you want to make sure that you have really good credit if you're going into that niche. You need at least a 700 credit score if you're going into that luxury and exotic niche. A lot of people don't want to talk about it. You go finance a car with a 600 credit score, your interest rate is like 9-10%, and you're wondering why you're barely making any money. You have maintenance, you have repairs, and you have your car note. Factor those in, run those in your numbers, because if you don't, all your money that from rentals is going to go towards paying those. And then you have to put your mileage limit on those type of cars because you don't want those cars to depreciate. You have to have an exit plan. You have an entry plan and an exit plan, especially in the luxury and exotic niche. That's why it's much harder. It takes skill. And then on top of that, you have to factor in marketing. You got to market, right? You got to pay for ads. So in that niche, you have to be meticulous. I love that word, man, meticulous. You have to understand exactly what is going in and what's coming out. So that's why when you're going to go buy the cars, you make money on the buy. With the economy cars, man, economy cars are amazing. I vouch for economy cars all day. It's changed my life. So I recommend going the economy route, especially if you don't have any money down. You don't have any money to invest. You can go take a $5,000, $10,000 line of credit, $10,000 loan, $10,000 credit card, right? 0% interest for 12 months on the business side. Go buy 2 economy cars with $5K, 2 cars. You're cash flowing like $2,000 to $3,000 a month. You can pay that back in 2 months. You pay the card off, you go buy some more. Man, I'm telling you that the economy car game is undefeated. Right, so that's number 3. Number 4, marketing and operations. So with the economy cars, you don't need to do any ads, man. You can go and put the car on Facebook Marketplace. You can create an Instagram account, make Instagram reels, and then you can target your exact client. Uber, Lyft, DoorDash drivers, rideshare program, $400 a week, $450 a week, $350 a week. You can do $99 deposits. You can do no deposits. To if you're starting out, no deposit. $400 a week, man. Your DMs are gonna be flooded. Now you have customers all day, every day. Now, if you're in the higher tier, you're gonna have to run some ads, buddy. You're gonna have to sit down, do some, Google ads. You might have to do some Instagram ads. However, if you have a good ad strategy, you'll make good money if you can hit the right audience. So marketing is very important in the luxury and exotic. In the economy cars, it's high demand. You don't have to pay for any ads. You just have to list your cars in the right places, and your cars will be rented all day, every day. Now, as far as operations, you want to have a rental software. You have places like FleetWire. You have places like Fleet Finesse. All of these are super cheap. You have Rent Centric if you want to go higher tier. Go High Level is also another pretty good one if you want to go higher tier. They have some AI automations that can make things very simple. And with the rental software, the entire point is to automate your rental agreements, your booking process. You want to make things simple and smooth so that the customer doesn't have to sign every single paperwork. You don't have to meet in person for everything. It makes everything super easy to run through the entire process. And then the last part, which is step number 5, you want to hire virtual assistant and outsource some of the operations. You don't want to do all the work yourself, especially when you are at scale. Once you hit like 10 to 15 cars, doing everything yourself is going to be a lot of work, to say the least. It's going to be super annoying. You're going to have to deal with taking phone calls all day, every day. You want to work on the business, not in the business. So you want to start hiring and outsourcing. And that's where building a team becomes super effective. Like I said, man, this is how you build a real business, not some Turo side hustle. Because Hire Car just went out of business. What happens if Turo goes out? You have millions of people that list their cars on Turo, and they have no clue how to build an actual business. Once Turo goes, you're gone. And the last thing you want is to have 10, 15, 20, 25 cars relying heavily on Turo, because if Turo goes down, you're going down too. So learn how to build a real business. That's what I do. That's what I help people do. If you found value in this comment, in this content, man, go ahead and leave a comment, hit a like on the video. I'm Alex Otto. I help car rental entrepreneurs start and scale their business through funding. Feel free to subscribe, and I'm looking forward to the next one. Let's go.